Jai Gurudev students. Now today we will start chapter number 5. Okay. So your chapter number 5 is plant parts and their functions. You know that plant has different parts and what are the different functions of these parts, that also we will study in this chapter. So chapter number 5 is plant parts and their functions. You know students that plant has different parts, like if you see any kind of plant, big or small, you can see different parts of the plant, that which part of plant under the ground, that part is called roots, and the part which is above the ground, that is called shoot. And shoot has also many other kind of parts, subparts again. That shoot has stem, leaves, buds, flowers, and even fruits. Okay, so we can say that a plant has these parts and every part has its own function. Okay, so children, when we study this about this chapter, first we will read, because so many terms are there which you not able to pronounce yourself, or I will read the chapter as we previously read, and you read it along with me so that you can understand then how to pronounce the words. Okay, so let's read the first paragraph. Plants are living organisms. Okay, organism word means things, means those which are living things, that are called organisms. Understand? So this word is also new for you. I think. So plants are also living things, so that's why we can call them organisms. They have many parts. Stem, leaves, flowers and fruits grow above the soil and form the shoot system. As I have told you that this shoot is always present above the ground, means not below the soil. In the soil or under the soil, roots are present. Okay, and above the ground, what kind of system is present? Shoot system. This form a kind of system, so that's why it has different these organs. We have studied the organ system in case of human beings in the same way, because these plants are also living and they are also having system. Two main kind of system we will study here: shoot system and root system. Understand? Root system and this shoot system. Two kind of systems are there. Roots are not divided into different parts, because roots have so many branches and they spread their branches to get more and more water and minerals from the soil. But shoot system has again so many organs, or we can say their subparts. Understand? So let's read. The shoot roots of the plant grow below the soil and form its root system. I have told you that roots are always grow below the soil, means soil के नीचे होते हैं roots. Roots means जड़ें, ठीक है? So let's read the second paragraph. The root system. The roots hold the plant firmly to the soil. What is the main function of root? Root holds the soil particles and fix the plant at a fixed place so that plant will not be fall down. Okay, and we can say that full plant can stay properly and stay straight with the help of roots, because roots that holds the soil particles tightly. They also help the plant to absorb water and nutrients from the soil. That also I told you that what is the main function of roots? Roots help to absorb or take water from the soil, and not only water along with the some nutrients which are called minerals. Okay. So there are two types of roots. Roots are also of two types. So first of all, I told you about the shoot system. So first we will study about the root system. Roots are also of two types. These are not the branches or organ of roots. These are the types of roots. Okay. So roots are of two types. First are the tap roots. And second type of roots are called fibrous roots. Fibrous roots. Okay. So what are these tap roots? First we study about the tap roots. So see, in the taproot system, the plant has a main root called the taproot. This taproot grows vertically downward in the ground and gives out limited branches on all the sides. These branches are called lateral or side roots. The taproot itself is quite thick, but its branches are much thinner. Radish, turnip and carrot are the examples of plants with taproot. You can easily understand by watching radish, turnip, or we can say carrot. These are the mainly examples of taproot. Means in taproot system, what is there, which kind of structure is present? Main root is so thick. Okay, in this way you know that gajar, mooli or shalgam, these are the main things which they have written. Carrot is gajar, radish is mooli and turnip is shalgam. Okay, these all are the examples of taproot, and they are present in this way. Means main root is so thicker, and here leafy part is there. Okay, and main root is so thicker, but it has very little hairy structures. You can see when freshly uprooted these carrots or radish we purchase from the market, and we find some hair-like structures. Those are the small lateral or side branches of these tap roots. Understand? So these are called tap roots. After this, let's study about the fibrous roots. From the name also it indicates that fibrous roots are look like fibers. Fibers means thread-like structure. Means when roots are arranged, suppose this is the ground level and here some plant is there. First I rub it off and I tell you, explain you through the diagram so that you can understand better. This is taproot, and in case of fibrous root, what is there? This is the ground level, and here stem is there. This is the stem of the plant, and here maybe some branch is there which gives us leaves in this way. Okay, and here also maybe other branch is there. So this is the main stem, and this is the ground level, and from here so many fiber like structures can arise from a single point. Means from a single point you can see that many thread like or fiber like branches can comes out from this single part. So that's why this kind of root is called fibrous root. And these fibrous roots you can easily see in case of grasses. When you uproot the grass, you take out that any grass plant from the soil. When soil is wet, then it can easily come out. Then you can see the roots which are present in case of grasses. In grass, fibrous roots are present. Means at a single point or single place, many fiber-like structures or roots are coming out. Okay, so originated. So that's why we call it as fibrous roots. Understand? So tap roots and fibrous roots are both totally different. Understand? In your book, they have drawn in a confused way. So don't be confused. In case of tap roots, you can take example of radish or carrot, gajar मूली का diagram आप consider करोगे, okay? And in case of fibrous roots, that you consider this. You can draw this diagram for fibrous roots, okay? And let's read about the fibrous roots. The fibrous roots has many branches that spread out sideways. It does not go very deep into the soil. Fibrous roots branch sideways, holding soil particles together. This prevents soil erosion. Means, what is soil erosion? Means with the help of wind or by the flowing of water, soil can be washed away from any place. But if plants are grown at some place or at the same place, then what will happen? That these roots of the plant, they hold the soil particles tightly so that it will not be washed away or it will not be fly away. Understand? So this is called prevention from erosion. Means soil का बह जाना या उड़ जाना जब storms आते हैं, तो that condition is called soil erosion. Understand? And to prevent soil erosion, to stop soil erosion, plants has roots. That's why they help to fix those soil particles in proper way so that they will not be eroded. Next sentence. All type of grasses have fibrous roots. Rice and wheat are also types of grasses and hence have fibrous roots. Means rice and wheat plants are also coming under the grass family. You know that just like animals, scientists classified the plants also in different categories. So wheat and rice are also coming under the category of grasses. Okay, these are the tall and long grasses which are useful grasses for us, and we get grains from them. That's why we can't call them grasses, and we call them in their particular names by wheat plant or rice plant. Okay, but they are also just like grasses, and their roots are also fibrous roots. Rice plant and wheat plant also has fibrous root. Okay, that they have mentioned here. So after this, aerial roots. Let's study. These are the third category of roots, third type of roots. What are the aerial roots? Let's see. A banyan tree has roots growing from its branches. Have you seen banyan tree anytime, children? Bargad ka ped? I think you must have seen anywhere that banyan tree, and any banyan tree has some roots hanging from the branches of the trees. You see that those kind of roots are called aerial roots. Okay, so such roots are called aerial roots. Aerial roots usually hang from the branches and remain above the soil. In case of the banyan tree, they help the trees to spread over a large area and give extra support to the tree. Why these banyan tree has aerial roots? What is the function of aerial roots? This I want to tell you about this, that children, this banyan tree is a kind of tree which spreads so much, and it sends its branches in a large area, and it spreads its branches in large area. So to spread its branches, if any support is not there, then it may fall on the ground. Okay, but with the help of these hanging roots or aerial roots, the plant branches, they get support from these branches, these aerial roots, and they touch to the ground level, and they just act as pillars. Okay, how the pillars are providing support to any building, in the same way they act as pillars of the plants, and then they provide support to the banyan tree. So these aerial roots are also one of the kind of roots which are not present under the ground. They are always arising from branches of the tree. Okay, so these are the different kind of these roots. Now next, let's study about breathing roots. You know that some roots are performing the process of breathing. Means you know that plants are living things. Just we have read in the beginning of the chapter that plants are living organisms just like us, and when anything is living, they want to breathe also. All the plants are also showing the process of respiration, and they also take gases and release gases just like us, that we take oxygen and we release carbon dioxide. In the same way, plants also want oxygen during breathing. At night, plants breathe and they take oxygen and release carbon dioxide. But daytime, they prepare their food so that they use carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Plant is doing both the functions. It can prepare its food also and it can breathe also at night. But we can't prepare food by the use of carbon dioxide. So that's why little bit we are different from plants. Understand? But plants also can breathe. But some of the special plants are there which use their roots for breathing. Understand? Normal plants, they breathe through their leaves because pores, small tiny pores are there which are openings or through which air can enter in the plant body through the leaves, and air can remove from the leaf through those pores. Okay, normal plants are showing this process of breathing through their leaves, but there are some special kind of plants which have breathing roots. So what are these kind of plants? Let's we see. Mangroves. Mangroves are the special kind of plants. This is the name of those category of plants. What are these? Mangroves. Mangroves grow in fresh and saltwater swamps. You know, children, then all the rivers, when they flow and ultimately they meet to the sea. Understand? And where river and sea meet together, at that place fresh water is also there, because water of river is called fresh water and water of sea is called salty water. Okay, so at that place some of the plants are growing which are called mangrove plants, and these plants they can't they can't use their process of breathing from the soil, because water is all the time filled in that place. Okay, so that's why their roots comes out from the soil and then they breathe. There is a special kind of process in these plants. So let's read. They survive in the water-lodged mud. Water-lodged mud means daldal जैसी condition में. Daldal, you know na, that where soil is so much wet and it is clay kind of soil, or any that other plants can't grow there. But these are the special plants, mangrove plants. They can grow in those conditions also, but they develop some kind of changes in their body so that they can breathe. Normal roots also do breathing in the soil, because soil has some pores. But when any place water is full time filled in that places, that soil, that roots can't breathe in normal conditions. But here with the help of their breathing roots, the roots of mangrove tree have breathing pores. They grow above the soil as they cannot breathe under the soil. Thus they help the plant to breathe. You know that because soil is all the time filled with the water, so they can't breathe, means roots can't breathe from the soil and they can't get air from the soil. That's why roots also comes out and then they breathe air, means from the air that roots can take gases. Understand? So children, these are your some part of these roots, and in next video we will study about the shoot system. Okay.